Dobrodošli k našem. Jaz skarka kapitašno. Gespa nema stulanu. Good morning, everybody. Wakey, wakey. Good morning, everybody. Merry Christmas. As you can see, up a little late last night, man. Shaved. Gonna go do some stuff on the flooding. Hey, I've shot a whole bunch of videos, to be honest. Haven't edited or uploaded anything. I'm going to be doing a video later today about the stuff that went down in Luis Moya. That's just terrible. I've been to Luis Moya more times than I can count. Fucking tragic, man. Not cool. Christmas, flooding all over the place in Oregon. Just a few. For those of you that don't know, I live like 3 blocks from the river, man. And my river's like filled to the brim right off the Willamette. And there's other rivers, the Clackamas River, that's just really wreaking havoc right now. In fact, not far from where I work. But getting into the Luis Moya and other stuff, look, I've thought about like trying to monetize my channel for a long time, and the truth is I don't want to. So I'm not always asking you guys for likes and subscriptions, because the whole point of doing videos is people should know that what they're hearing is genuine. You know, you got Katerina Schultz and her belly button piercing, trying to flash her body and stuff, trying to push her news story. I'm not into any of that shit. This is my house. This is where I live. I just shaved my mustache. I just got out of the shower. I got long johns on right here. But I mean, you know, I'm not ever going to be some pretentious like, hey, look at me with my like manicured hands and my suit and tie. I'm not into that stuff. And if that's what you're into, go watch the Kelsey brothers or whatever. My wife is watching them in the other room right now. You know, the comments on Ed, my legitimate, heartfelt comments. Vincent Vargas, we were both born in the San Fernando Valley. You know, I would probably like the dude if he just had a little bit of professional courtesy, but to date, him and his staff have not. So, you know, but the dude's probably a total badass. I just want to put stuff out there that's real, that you guys can relate with. If people dig on it, cool. And if they don't, also cool. I don't want your Patreon cash, you know. Sean Ryan Studios, uber dope. You guys get my fucking living room in my basement. That's what it is. You know, I shouldn't cuss, but I mean, really, that's kind of the way that I feel about it, man. But in exchange for the simplicity of my channel, you guys get someone that's just genuine, that happened to work. You get a rare window into a world where someone's not motivated by money. And I'm not trying to be pretentious, thinking I'm the tip of the fucking spear on all things tier 1 operator, any of that bullshit, you know, because there's a lot of that goes on. Let me get dressed, get my wife some donuts, go down and check out the river and stuff, and then when I get back later, I'll do a video on the Luis Moya thing, man. You know, that's tragic. I'm going to say this. Mexicans, you know, I grew up, a lot of you guys have seen me on Johnny Mitchell and all this stuff, and I got a lot of haters that say it's not true. I don't give a damn what they think. You know, I grew up with gangs in junior high in LA and high school. I told you I got kicked out at like 16 years old, so that basically means that I wasn't going to school from 10th grade on. But from 6th, 7th, 8th, well actually 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th grade, those 4 years, right? Full of gangs, full of stuff, and as a result, I grew up being kind of racist. You know, I'm never going to deny that, because if you deny your own truth, then you're only fooling yourself and you're capitulating to people that don't give a damn about you anyway, right? And I say all that to say this: Mexicans are some of the coolest fucking people I've ever met in my entire life, man. For the most part. You know, there was a day, they've got a bunk at base in Mexico, and I was charging my phone, and one of my own brothers stole it. Not from the Gatpe group either, from the normal Estatal. I was up in their bunk place, because my brothers and I, we have another place, another part of base where we're at. But this was when I was brand new. they stole my stuff. And, I'm not going to judge somebody that's only making, 8,000 pesos a month or whatever. I'm not going to judge every Mexican on that. Have I ever had people treat me poorly in Mexico? Of course I have, man. You have people that are shitheads of any color. White, black, Mexican. And Mexican's not even a color, by the way. There's a lot of different colors in Mexico. In fact, they got people that call Mexicos prietos, which means like dark Mexicans, and it's really derogatory. There's a whole great big world out there, man, and people get hung up on race, usually in the countries that they're in, because they're used to how things go on in the country that they're in. For example, if we were to sit here and walk around and call everybody whitey, blackie, morenito, brownie, people would take offense to it. But in Mexico, that's just like a normal thing. I have my best friends call me Weta Hater, which is a play on like my light skin color and Terminator. And I love them, And I call them shit too, not stuff I'm going to say here because I don't want somebody to get a complex over it. But my best friends don't get a complex over it. This world is filled full of fucking great people, man. And you got people that are so pampered and so soft, that are so spoiled in life, apapachados that you would say in Spanish, that the only thing that they got time to do is sit there and pick the fly shit out of pepper, man. Because their life is so good. My life. Man, I got like big old vaulted ceilings and stuff. I mean, dude, I've got zero to cry about, man. My grill's not the best. I don't give a fuck. I'm married to the best woman in the entire planet, man. Got a great big Christmas tree and a job. The house is kind of cold because I got a big cellar, but whatever, man, Got this fat, stupid cat right here, this guy. Say hello, fat, stupid cat. Jimmy. This cat loves me, man. And if we look at our lives like that a lot of times, we get to see the beauty in other people too, because we're not so hung up on everything that's fucked up in our own life, I got to get school done. I got to become a lawyer. I got all these wants. But if I look at the haves, right, what I have is huge. And I hope this Christmas season that what you have is huge too. I have my health. I don't have a good grill. So fucking what, man? I've never had a good grill in my entire life since I was like 13 years old. I got busted on a bus window with my friend John in Iowa, and it's been that way ever since. But the bulk of my life, I wouldn't trade it for nothing, right? And the people that I've met in Mexico, I wouldn't trade them for nothing, for anything. So I'm going to get dressed and get my wife some donuts. I'll do a video later today. I hope God is blessing you. About that. I've had these couple Christian videos that they want me to do, and I don't feel good doing them. Not because I'm like dark or some bad person, I'm not. But I also don't feel like I'm a good representative of Christianity. And that applies to all of us. I got a Bible sitting right there, man. I can grab it in like 2 seconds. Getting up from here. But enough out of me for right now. That's kind of like what I got on the plate today. I'm not even going to edit this. I'm just going to upload it, and that's what's up. Have a great day. Bye.